Hey everyone, welcome to this week's Weekly Crop. This week we're talking about Peak Designs. If you're not familiar with them, they are a San Francisco-based bag company primarily. So they make backpacks and messenger bags. They make a few other things as well. They actually started back in 2011 with a device called the Capture, which really kind of took sort of the photo industry by storm through a Kickstarter campaign. And the Capture, we unfortunately don't have one here right now. We're waiting for them. They're on order. But it's a quick release system for your camera that you can attach to basically any bag. And from that, the company has done multiple Kickstarter campaigns. And they are, in fact, the largest active company that is funded solely through Kickstarter and, of course, their sales. And that really leads the company to be able to create products that are more consumer focused and less focused perhaps on the bottom line where a traditional funding model with investors would be. So what gets me really excited about this company is not just their designs, which is truly the most exciting part, but that being a San Francisco-based company, they're more in tune with a lot of more modern pack designers. They are part of the 1% for the environment, so 1% of their revenue, not just their profit, but their revenue goes to environmental causes, and they really think holistically about design. So speaking of design, let me show you what they have. We have here in our store a couple of products from them, but I want to focus on two major products. One is the messenger bag, and the other one is their backpack. And they're called the Everyday Messenger and the Everyday Backpack. And there's a couple really unique, ingenious designs when it comes to these products. One of the first things that got me when I walked up and saw these products for the first time was the latch system. I've been, traditionally had a lot of experience with backpacks and with messenger bags. I worked in the outdoor industry for over a decade and saw every incarnation of a backpack and a messenger bag you could see. And when I saw this for the first time, I got really excited because it's something I had never seen before in terms of the ability to open up the enclosure. And it's a tab here that you just pull and opens up, and it's a staged ladder system here. But it's two things. One is when you click onto a higher one, you're going to obviously get the maximum amount of capacity the bag can, so it can expand out. If you want a nice slender bag, you obviously just can crank it right down to the bottom rung here. It's a little hard. There we go. There we go, right down the bottom rung, and so it's a nice slender design. But if you don't completely close it, it's still magnetized, so it actually finds its sort of place and grabs and holds without you really having to do anything. So it's super, super secure and super fast. I've had other messenger bags where you have two things and you're struggling to try to get them to latch and they're not magnetized, but this is kind of the best of both worlds. It's super fast, super quick, opens, and then basically finds itself into a secured lock position. The next thing about this bag is when we open it up, there's two other things that are really amazing about it. One is, and I feel like their bag's design have been focused around this, which is their dividers. There's nothing I hate more in camera bags than the really crappy foam dividers. These are thermal molded EVA foam, and you can see they have these really cool sort of origami style shapes to them. And it's really rigid, but it allows you to do a number of different sort of configurations inside the bag with it. And they really hold their shape well, so that when you do these configurations, the bag still is very well organized. It doesn't get sloppy and things get folded over and bumped around. So inside the bag, you can really see how well these things are structured and hold up. The next thing that I really love about these bags, which is a really kind of a small thing, and I think that I don't know how much they thought it would be a really good idea or not, but I think it's one of the best, hands down, one of the best ideas of any bag for photography that I've ever seen. And that is a green and red system. So in a few of the bags, I think it's green, but right here we have black and red. So both for here where you'd say you put your batteries, and then on the inside here where you put your media, you have a black and a red. So black is all the good stuff. And unused media, for example, and red is this, the dead batteries or the used media that you haven't dumped yet. So I think that's a really great system because I'm always digging in my bag for cards and for batteries, and I'm like, did I use this one? Is this one dead, or is this a good battery? I don't know. And this is super fast just to reach in and be able to do it. And when I wear the bag itself, you can see how quickly accessible the bag is in terms of getting access to your stuff. So I'm just going to place it on here, being careful of my microphone there. So it sits just like any other courier bag, which is great. when I spin it around, again, like I said, it opens up super, super fast. I can reach in, grab what I need. If I don't want to open this up, then like many other courier bags, you do have a top zipper, so I can just reach in and grab and go, which is fantastic as well. I have a spot here for my laptop. I have a spot here for my cell phone, but there's also, again, going back to the capture device, when you put the capture device on, you also have a leash for the capture device as well. So if you don't want to, it's more like a theft deterrent. Once you take the camera off its latch, obviously somebody can grab it out of your hand. If you're in a sensitive area, you can just take the camera and keep that leash on, take that quick photo, and then click it right back in to that auto lock capture device. And that's primarily it for this bag. Also, you have seatbelt webbing, 2-inch seatbelt webbing for the strap, which makes it super, super durable. One of my main complaints with a lot of different pack designs is that they don't factor in long-term durability, and they tend to make things that have a lot of rub and wear and tear, and so you're having to get the bag repaired, or the bag becomes useless after a very short period of time because it can't handle the abuse. And that's always, if you've seen a lot of my other videos, that's the thing I harp on a lot, is the functionality in terms of durability. How durable is this bag? If I'm going to be using it all day long, I want it to be durable. In fact, if I'm going to buy this bag, chances are I'm going to use it multiple times during the week with no photographic equipment in it whatsoever, because it looks great and it will work as a day-to-day messenger bag. And when I have a photo assignment or something, or I'm traveling, then I can use it specifically for that. So I know that I'm going to use this bag every day. I want to make sure that these points here, that doesn't wear out, that rivet, or the webbing doesn't wear out. And certainly with this design, I know it's not going to. I know it's going to stand the test of time. So I want to show you how I've kind of rigged the bag with my gear. And so I've got one all put together right here, and you can see I've got the tripod in here. So when I place it on, again, my apologies if I hit my microphone. So I'm going to swing it around. Even with the tripod in, I can still get full access to my bag. The tripod design is really ingenious, so that will allow me to pull the tripod out like this. I'm just going to place my tripod down. And then I have my Gore-Tex jacket in here, and you can see that one of the real advantages of the design is that with these multiple folding dividers, that there's a little flip that I can do. So right here it exposes my camera. You can see my camera in there. But if I just flip this down, now I've got a sort of a staged shelf. And that allows me to place things on top of that. And then I can just simply move that out of the way and retrieve my camera. And then of course you still have all of the spots that you need for, I've got my media in there, my hard drive, I've got a long lens in there. Okay, so now moving on to the everyday backpack. The design is going to be very similar. So what you saw in the messenger bag is going to be carried through from a design concept into the backpack, but I wanted to just show you what that backpack looked like. It's got, again, really great thermal molded foam, really nice rigid for air movement and to carry heavier loads. It's not a very soft, sort of patio furniture fabric in the back. So it's a really, really well built backpack from that. Really great grommets here that can take the abuse and allow you to move with your shoulders in the shape of your shoulders. So imagine this was fixed. If this was fixed here and you had, say, wider shoulders, it wouldn't adapt to that. But now it spreads out and can adapt to a variety of shoulders. So regardless of who's buying this, it's going to fit. Just talking in terms of design, I really, might be a bit of a hipster thing, but I do really like that it has a bit of a more urban element. I like the leather detailing on it. I think it makes for a really classy look, which means that you can pretty much take this anywhere. One of my bummer things about a lot of backpack designs for photo is that they kind of look a little too technical for me, and that means that I'm only really using them in technical environments. I'm kind of embarrassed to use them in the city sometimes, where this one I feel like I can use in a variety of situations. Maybe it's a little too pretty for the backcountry, but outside of the backcountry, I think it's a great product. So again, we have this amazing strap system that opens like that, and we've got sort of a lot of your classic design ideas. So we've got a divider in there that we can use if we want. And then when we open it up here, we see, again, very similar system to a lot of other photo backpacks. But we've got their classic dividers in here, which you can, again, alter to any size, any shape you want through their sort of origami style design, which I think is really genius. And I'm just going to open up here. One of the things I didn't mention, so we've also got the straps here for tethering your tripods to as well. And one of the things we don't talk about as well is that it's all DWR treated nylon, so it's not waterproof. Because waterproof would mean that you'd have to seal all the seams where the zippers are and the stitches, but it's highly water resistant. And over time, as that water resistancy, as the water beating sort of stops and starts soaking back in, you can just retreat that with some treatment material from let me just think of who does that. Nikwax. So Nikwax has a product called TX Direct, which will retreat that over time if you need to. But it's a highly water-resistant bag, which is great. And then, of course, if you have the capture device, the capture quick release device, you can attach that to your backpack strap here, so you have the camera here if you need it for any reason. But overall, really intelligently designed bags. I think probably they're leading the market right now in terms of their intelligent messenger and backpack design, from urban to travel environments. I really encourage you guys to find a Vistek store and come in and check these guys out. Bring your camera, bring your laptop, you know, see what it's like when you put some weight into these things and how they feel. Grab a sandbag maybe, put a sandbag in and see how they feel on your body, because not only are they well designed from a functional use, but they actually feel really nice on the body as well. And that's it for Peak Designs. Really happy with these guys. Come in and check them out.